commonalities in how film can be transcended boundaries under us and our human beings, our existence. So this is a privilege for me to be part of this tonight. Looking at my 55 years of work in the 2-minute sizzle reel here, I did wonder how I've lasted so long. And as I think back, I go back to the beginning of my foundations and the significant events that happened and formed my career, my foundation. And the first was my 3 seasons at the National Playwrights Conference in Connecticut. And as part of an acting ensemble, we experimented and worked with new plays, developing them. And based on our input to these plays, they would edit them or cut out things or rework items to them. And this brought us to the final stages. And I learned so much about the variations of importance of structure, of dialogue, and necessarily working as a team. Really as a team, it became so important and played a part for the rest of my career. And it's taken me to here tonight. Seeing what was the second thing that was the most important was my 4 years with Carl Malden on the streets of San Francisco, in which we did 104 hours of a master class in acting. Carl was my mentor, a wonderful and generous actor who often worked with Marlon Brando, and he taught me so much understanding about pacing and the purpose of scenes, and whether it was comedic or the creative intention, all while always making everyone else's performance so comfortable. And finally, thirdly, there's my father, Kirk. Man who had such strength, such stamina, and hard work. And he was admirable in what he showed me and how he helped me follow. And to the public, he was a Superman, but to me, he was Dad. And whenever I would see them with his friends, Frank Sinatra, Gregory Peck, Tony Curtis, they were not with autographs and sunglasses, but they were people with insecurities, foibles, and fears. And then there was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This was a novel that my father found, and he took it to Broadway and did it as a play. And then years later, I took it and produced it, and it started my whole career. So these were the bones. These were the bones, the foundation that made me pretty much of what I am today. And through the next 50 plus years and 60 plus movies and 30 plus productions. And you work just as hard on your failures as you do on your successes. So I want to thank all of the filmmakers that I've worked with over the years, all of the film crews, the hundreds and hundreds of people that did such a great job in their departments, and all the joy and happiness that we had working together. And I also want to say hello to my wife and to thank her and my daughter Karis, who are with us tonight, to thank you for your love, your support. For all the time that I might have been away. My last job was actually here in France. The last 8 months of the past year, I was working playing Ben Franklin. Had a wonderful experience with an entire French company, both behind the scenes and in front. They were excellent. It was a great pleasure. And in playing Ben Franklin, the character, I was reminded of the important role that France played in the creation of my country almost 250 years ago. So to Cannes and to France, je voudrais embrasser avec tout mon cœur et merci beaucoup. À bientôt.
C'est la première édition. Et Adrien Prévost pour cette très belle exposition. Merci à toutes les équipes. Et j'invite maintenant le président et les membres du jury, ainsi que les artistes, à nous rejoindre au centre de la scène. Et pour vous quitter, j'emprunterai ces mots de Georges Cukor. Le cinéma, c'est comme l'amour. Quand c'est bien, c'est formidable. Quand c'est pas bien, c'est pas mal. Bon festival!